Not everyone in this world is genuinely rooting for your success. In fact, some people will go out of their way to watch you stumble, hoping you never reach your goals. That's why it is essential to learn how to depend on yourself and build inner strength. Life is fragile, and you are human. If you fail to grow independent and resourceful, you will eventually face struggles that no one else can save you from. Stop wasting energy worrying about how others perceive you. Honestly, their opinions don't define your worth, so why let them control your choices? Guard your space. Keep your distance from toxic individuals, because ignorance and foolishness spread faster than you realize. Remember, most people want to see you doing well, but very few will accept you surpassing them. Some friends secretly celebrate when you win, just as long as you don't shine brighter than they do. The rest simply don't care. This is why you must master the art of saying no without guilt. Don't agree to everything just to keep others comfortable. Check with yourself first to see if it truly aligns with what you want. Many people will dislike you simply because they view you as competition. That's not your burden to carry. Lead your life with clarity of mind, not the turbulence of emotions. Almost every poor decision we regret came from being led by feelings instead of reason. Always trust your instincts. They carry wisdom that logic alone cannot explain. Know your worth and refuse to discount yourself as if you belong in life's bargain bin. The way you value yourself sets the tone for how others will treat you. Time doesn't slow down for anyone, so embrace gratitude every single day. It can always be worse. Live with urgency, as if tomorrow isn't promised, and pursue the work or passions that set your soul on fire. The rewards, including financial ones, will eventually follow. Don't get stuck reliving regrets. Mistakes are proof that you're human. No one is perfect, and chasing happiness directly often leads to emptiness. Instead, focus on cultivating a positive outlook. Joy will naturally find its way to you. And finally, be mindful of the people around you. Pay close attention to those who speak with honesty and consistency, because the company you keep shapes the life you create. People will often say they care about you or claim that they love you, but in reality, many are only around because they find some benefit in using you. That's why it is so important to trust your own judgment and listen to your first instinct when making choices. Expectations are another trap. Keeping them too high, whether for yourself or for others, almost always leads to disappointment and frustration that never seems to end. Direct your focus inward. People enter and exit your life all the time, and the only constant is you. If you don't learn to take control of your thoughts, sooner or later someone else will. Sometimes the very things that hurt you the most, the situations that break your heart into pieces, are the same ones that open your eyes and sharpen your vision. Remember, growth has a cost. Loneliness often appears when you start to level up and separate yourself from the crowd. But that solitude is proof you're moving in a direction not everyone dares to take. Give yourself credit for the battles you've already fought. Think about the nights you thought you wouldn't make it through, yet here you are. That's strength. Understand that no matter what you do, not everyone will like you, and that's perfectly fine. Stop oversharing with people who don't deserve access to your private life. Most people won't care, and a few are quietly waiting for you to stumble. Show kindness, but protect yourself from being taken advantage of. It's far better to be disliked for living as your true self than to be loved under a false mask. Don't drain your finances or your energy trying to impress people who are struggling themselves. Keep your distance from those who make you feel empty or unwanted. Sometimes being alone is healthier than surrounding yourself with the wrong company. Make peace with the mistakes and regrets of your past, or they will haunt your present and damage your future. Stop comparing your story to someone else's. You don't know the pain, sacrifice, or failures hidden behind their smiles and successes. And never underestimate how dangerous ignorance can be, especially when it comes from people in large numbers. No one is going to step in and figure your life out for you. That responsibility rests on your shoulders alone. When you finally take control, when your mindset is disciplined, and when you accept that setbacks are part of the process, life stops being something that just happens to you, and instead becomes something you actively create. If you go through life trying too hard to be the so-called nice guy, you'll eventually discover it can backfire in the harshest way imaginable. People driven by envy will drag you down, and you shouldn't be shocked when it happens. It's part of reality. Hard seasons of life can strike without warning, and in those moments, you'll often have no choice but to endure the pain, learn from it, and mature on your own. Never make the mistake of placing all your joy in the hands of one person. When you allow someone else to become the sole source of your happiness, you risk losing everything the moment they walk away. Trust is valuable, but it must be given carefully and not blindly. Remember that the struggles of your friends often become yours as well, which is why keeping a smaller, tighter circle usually saves you from unnecessary drama. Don't expect anyone to always be there to catch you when you stumble. Even if you devote yourself to becoming better, people will still disappoint you. The truth is, everyone you meet has the potential to hurt you. You just need to figure out who is worth the pain and who is not. Give yourself credit for trying every single day and stop looking over your shoulder. The past no longer matters. Your direction is forward. Depending too heavily on others is dangerous. Even your own shadow abandons you when the lights go out. That's why you must focus on two kinds of work. The work that provides you with a living and the deeper work of investing in yourself, which can create real wealth and freedom. Strangely enough, it's often during your lowest moments that life teaches you the most powerful lessons. Keep in mind that some of your greatest memories and achievements haven't even happened yet. They're still waiting for you. This is your life, your world, and if you don't take control of shaping it, someone else will. Be cautious of your habits too, because bad ones are like a cozy bed, easy to sink into but incredibly difficult to climb out of. Your choices today are building the foundation of your future, so choose wisely and never stop growing. No one in this world is ever truly too busy. It always comes down to priorities. If something brings you joy, sometimes the wisest move is to keep it private and let that happiness remain yours alone. One of the smartest choices you can make is to stop broadcasting every detail of your life. Silence can protect your peace in ways that constant sharing never will. Chasing success without effort is nothing more than wishful thinking, like expecting to harvest a field you never planted. Never force people to stay, never beg for love, and never waste your energy chasing what isn't meant for you. Life is much like a book. Some chapters will break your heart, some will lift your spirit, but together they form the story that makes you who you are. Along the way, learn practical skills too, like fixing a flat tire, because independence is a quiet kind of power. If you fail to respect your own time, don't be surprised when others treat it as worthless too. True strength doesn't always look like what we imagine. It's not the person who seems unshaken on the outside, but the one who fights silent battles that no one else sees. Pain, no matter how overwhelming, eventually transforms into strength. The wounds you carry today can evolve into wisdom tomorrow. Remember, your life is your story. Don't hand the pen to anyone else. Take care of yourself, both physically and mentally. Never postpone health checkups and never forget to treat yourself with compassion. Mistakes don't make you broken. They make you human. And with time, most hurts fade. Time, laughter, and rest are often the best healers available. Sometimes you'll win, and sometimes you'll learn. Forgiveness, too, is not a gift to others, but a release for your own spirit. Tests and hardships are not designed just to expose weaknesses, but to reveal the deep reserves of strength inside you. The calmer your mind becomes, the sharper your decisions will be. Always remember, work on yourself for your own growth, not for the applause of others. In the end, everyone you meet may cause some hurt, but what matters most is choosing the ones who are worth enduring it for. People will hurt you, that's inevitable, but the secret lies in choosing carefully who is worth enduring the pain for. Be proud of yourself for continuing to push forward, even when it feels impossible. Stop looking back at the past. You're not heading in that direction anymore. Depending too much on others will only leave you disappointed. Even your own shadow disappears when you stand in darkness. Your job can provide a living, but investing in yourself has the power to create real wealth. It's often when you hit rock bottom that you begin to see life with fresh clarity. And never forget, some of the greatest, most beautiful moments of your life still haven't happened yet. This is your journey, your world. If you don't take control and shape it, someone else will do it for you. Be wary of habits. Bad ones feel comfortable, like sinking into a warm bed, but they are incredibly difficult to break free from. Always remember, nobody is ever truly too busy. It's simply about what they prioritize. If something brings you genuine happiness, you don't need the world's validation. Keep it private and protect it. One of the smartest decisions you can ever make is to stop telling everyone the details of your life. Dreams of success mean nothing without consistent effort. It's like expecting a harvest from a field you never planted seeds in. Never force relationships, never beg for attention, and never chase after what is not meant for you. Sometimes you'll celebrate victories, and other times you'll walk away with lessons. Both are valuable. If no one offers help, learn to move forward alone. You're stronger than you think. Treat your finances with seriousness. Money cannot buy happiness, but it is a shield against many unnecessary struggles. Guard your time as well, because not everyone deserves a piece of it. What others think of you is none of your business. Your energy is too precious to be wasted on their opinions. You cannot rewind life and rewrite the beginning, but you can always take control of where you are now and reshape the ending. Solitude is not a punishment. It is a chance to rediscover yourself. At times, you must stop projecting goodness onto people who don't deserve it, and instead believe the truth of what they reveal through their actions. Don't waste your life pretending to be someone you're not. There's no need to compete with anyone. Move at your own rhythm because life is too precious to spend it holding grudges or hating others. Sometimes the darkest, most painful chapter of your journey can actually become the turning point that changes everything for the better. Stop comparing yourself and stop envying others. Most of the time, you already have more than enough to live fully. Remember, if you don't ask for what you want, you probably won't receive it. Treat people with the same respect and kindness you'd hope to receive in return. Tell the truth. It's easier, because honesty doesn't require rehearsing or remembering lies. Life will never be perfectly fair, but even with its flaws, it can still be good. Those who lack the courage to take risks rarely achieve anything meaningful. Don't trust what people say. Watch what they do. Actions are the real measure of character. Do yourself a favor and build wealth. Money can't buy love or happiness, but it gives you freedom, protection, and options that make life less of a struggle. Strength also comes from the inside. If you can face your own thoughts without running from them, you can withstand almost anything. Stop begging for appreciation. If someone fails to value you, it's proof they don't deserve you. Learn to heal in silence. Not everyone around you will understand or care about your struggles. By expecting less from people, you shield yourself from unnecessary disappointment. Trust in timing. What belongs to you will arrive, but only when you're ready for it. Failure is not permanent. Think of it as a bruise, not a tattoo. Guard your mind. Stay away from gossip. It's poison disguised as entertainment. Much suffering comes from attachment. The more you cling, the more you hurt. Time eventually reveals where you stand in people's lives, so be patient. Stress may feel unbearable in the moment, but the wisdom it leaves behind can last forever. And remember, if someone is trying to drag you down, it means they're already beneath you. Money may not be the ultimate source of joy, but it solves many problems and removes countless barriers. When combined with patience, courage, and integrity, it becomes a tool for building the life you truly want. No matter how intelligent, wealthy, or attractive you may be, arrogance will always push people away. Humility is the quality that draws respect and loyalty. Never regret having a kind heart. What you give out will eventually come back to you, often multiplied. Don't carry guilt for prioritizing your own well-being. Doing what's best for you is never selfish. Choose your circle carefully, because the quickest way to grow is by surrounding yourself with people who challenge and inspire you to be better. Hope for the best outcomes, but always prepare yourself mentally and practically for the worst. Understand that while many people may want you to succeed, most don't want you to surpass them. That's why learning to say no is one of the most powerful tools you'll ever develop. Stop trying to please everyone. At the toughest points of your life, you'll find yourself alone, and those experiences will shape you into someone wiser, stronger, and more fearless. Even if you treat people with respect, some will still speak ill of you behind your back. Accept it as part of life. And remember, every time you devote yourself to working for someone else's vision, you're sacrificing the chance to pursue your own. People rarely remember the good you've done. They tend to hold on to your mistakes. To reach new destinations, you must be willing to let go of certain things. If you cling too long, regret and bitterness will follow. What you may not realize is that your greatest weaknesses often lie in the people you love most deeply. Hard times, however, are blessings in disguise. They open your eyes to blessings and opportunities you previously overlooked. Impatience makes the road far more difficult than it has to be, while patience can turn impossible situations into victories. Trust is fragile. It takes time and consistency to build, but only seconds to destroy. Worrying does nothing but drain your energy. It never changes the outcome. Instead, focus on what you can control, release what you can't, and let life unfold one step at a time. Worrying about tomorrow never solves tomorrow's troubles. It only steals today's peace of mind. Don't shy away from making difficult choices. The hardest decisions often turn out to be the most rewarding ones you'll ever make. The longer you cling to what's behind you, the dimmer your future becomes. Action is far more powerful than endless planning. Taking one bold step forward teaches more than reading 100 books. Real experience is life's greatest teacher. Understand that in every relationship, some form of self-interest exists. To a degree, everyone is selfish. If you're not pursuing a relationship with the intention of building a future together, then you're ultimately inviting heartbreak. Respect yourself deeply because people can sense when you don't, and they will treat you accordingly. Resolve misunderstandings quickly because if left unchecked, they harden into permanent walls of distance. Life is fragile. Anyone you love could be gone in an instant. Appreciate and cherish them while you still can. Nothing worth having is ever as easy as it looks from the outside. The smartest way to protect yourself is by saving money consistently. Small daily savings build into powerful security, and over time, compound interest becomes your silent ally. Patience is essential. Good things truly do arrive for those willing to wait and endure. The road might be rough and long, but the reward is always worth it. And whether you're dealing with a car, a house, or a relationship, remember this: regular maintenance is always cheaper than trying to fix something that's been neglected. In many places, the respect you receive is often tied, fairly or unfairly, to your financial stability. People mourn over lost relationships but rarely reflect on lost time. Yet time is the one resource we can never recover once it's gone. Treat it as your most precious asset, because unlike money, time cannot be earned back. One day, everything you've done, every choice, every effort, every habit, will come together to define the person you truly are. In the end, the things that matter most are your health and the accomplishments you've earned through persistence. Strangely enough, pain often pushes us to make the best decisions, because the fear of going through that same suffering again becomes a powerful motivator. When life feels darkest, clarity often appears. The heavier your past burdens were, the brighter and more meaningful your future can become. Relying on a single stream of income rarely creates a secure or comfortable life. Building multiple sources not only provides stability but also peace of mind. And yet, many of the worries that keep you awake at night will never even happen. What you attract into your life is often a reflection of who you are. If you want better outcomes, start by becoming a better version of yourself. Even small skills matter. Learning to cook a few simple meals is a life tool that will always serve you. Patience is not weakness, it is a form of strength. Sometimes you must let go of something good, not because it wasn't valuable, but to create space for something greater. Never allow disrespect from anyone, including yourself. Hold yourself to standards that reflect your worth. Listen more than you speak, because wisdom often hides in moments of silence. Create a budget, stick to it, and treat money as a servant, not a master. Remember that kindness is a universal language. It transcends barriers, and even those who cannot see or hear can feel it. Worrying, however, is nothing but wasted energy. It's like sitting in a rocking chair. It keeps you moving but takes you nowhere. You can't begin a new chapter if you keep rereading the old one. Growth demands forward motion. The most breathtaking views only come after the steepest climbs. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers quietly at the end of a hard day, "I will try again tomorrow." And through it all, never lose your sense of humor. It's one of the greatest tools you'll ever have for surviving life's storms. Laughter truly heals the soul. It lightens the heaviest of days and brings perspective to pain. Remember, you'll never discover the rainbow of possibilities in life if you keep your eyes fixed downward in doubt. One smart habit is clearing your credit card debt as soon as possible. It spares you from future stress and financial traps. Success is the greatest form of revenge because nothing silences negativity louder than achievement. Generosity always multiplies. The more you give, the more abundance finds its way back. A heart that shares with others is a heart overflowing with fulfillment. Difficult seasons eventually pass, but strong people outlast the storm. Time, not money, is the most valuable currency you'll ever have. Use it carefully, because you can never earn it back once it's gone. A ship may be safe while it rests in the harbor, but that's not its true purpose. It was built to sail, to face waves, to discover new horizons. Likewise, you weren't meant to hide from challenges. The way you treat others always reveals your character, regardless of how they behave toward you. True happiness isn't about endlessly chasing what you don't have, but about appreciating and treasuring what's already yours. Don't wait around for the perfect moment because it rarely comes. Instead, seize the moment you have and make it perfect with your effort. Have faith in yourself and opportunities will begin to align. Never fear taking risks or stepping outside your comfort zone. Life is too short to always play safe. Maturity is shown by taking full responsibility for your choices, even when mistakes happen. When the weight of life feels unbearable, pause and take a deep breath. Remind yourself it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Stop promising someday. Act now, because someday may never arrive. Give, even in small ways, because small acts of kindness change lives in ways you may never see. Understand that those who never make mistakes rarely accomplish anything meaningful. You cannot control the direction of the wind, but you can learn to adjust your sails and still reach your destination. One day, when things finally fall into place, you'll look back and feel proud of your courage not to quit. And most importantly, forgive the past versions of yourself. You did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Growth means honoring your old self while striving to become someone even better. If you keep holding on to the wrong people, you'll never create space for the right ones to enter your life. Trust that the universe, or God if you believe, always knows the right time to send you what you truly need. Live with no regrets. Instead, treat every mistake as a lesson and promise yourself to do better next time. Not everyone will recognize your worth, but the most important thing is that you never forget it yourself. Respect is far more valuable than attention because attention fades quickly while respect builds a lasting foundation. Be mindful of who you place your trust in. Remember, sugar and salt may look the same, but they couldn't be more different. Understand that some endings are necessary to make way for new and better beginnings. With time, people's true intentions always come to the surface, showing you what you really mean to them. Life has a way of pulling friends in different directions, so treasure the moments you share while you still can. Protecting your privacy and keeping certain things to yourself is an underrated form of self-care. Learn to view money not as the final destination, but as a tool, a resource that buys freedom, not happiness. Happiness itself is your responsibility. If you depend on others to provide it, you'll live in constant disappointment. Focus on doing what only you can do, and in time, you'll grow into someone incomparable. When challenges appear, stay calm. You've faced storms before, and you will weather this one as well. A negative mindset will never produce a positive outcome, so guard your thoughts carefully. If people treat you like an option, don't hesitate to remove them from your life. You deserve to be someone's priority, not a backup plan. Value memories and experiences more than material possessions. They are the true treasures that stay with you long after things fade or break. Learn to accept the present, release the past, and place your faith in the future. Don't dwell on the few who fail to love you. Instead, notice the many who already do. And finally, remind yourself, you are worthy. You deserve success in your career, love that uplifts you, and a life that reflects the best of who you are becoming. Your family, your peace of mind, and your way of living matter more than anything. Even if your vision feels clouded now, with patience and time, everything will become clearer. Patience is not weakness. It is one of your greatest allies. Always remember the ones who stood by you when life was at its hardest. You are already enough. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone. No matter how painful your past has been, there is always an opportunity to begin again. Sometimes life forces you through the darkest valleys before leading you to the brightest mountaintops. Learn to stay alone until you find people who truly see your value. Take care of your health. Your body is your most valuable investment, and wellness is another form of wealth. If you can bring joy to others, even through something as simple as laughter, you'll discover how powerful kindness can be. Difficult times always reveal who your true friends are. Better days are waiting. The heavy mornings won't last forever. Your mind is both your strongest tool and your greatest obstacle. Train it wisely so it works for you, not against you. Don't always react. Walk away quietly if you must. Remember, another person's success never diminishes your own. Protect your peace by not allowing the same people to hurt you over and over again. Accept that some people thrive on pointing fingers and spreading blame. You may even be accused of things you never did. Complaining, whining, and nagging only drain your energy, and in truth, very few people are really listening. Instead, focus on what you can control: your choices, your mindset, your growth. You cannot control everything around you, but you can control yourself, and that is far more powerful. Always walk in your own direction, even if the world expects you to follow theirs. Don't live your life according to what society, friends, or even family expect from you. If your house stays messy or your yard goes unmowed for a weekend, it's not the end of the world. You won't remember the chores years from now, but you will remember the laughter, the moments of fun, and the freedom you gave yourself. Always make time for joy and learn the power of saying no. Practice frugality and discipline in what you consume. Eat clean, real foods. Stay away from processed junk, and limit what weighs your body down. Knowledge is powerful, but remember, the smarter you become, the more foolish you will appear to people who refuse to learn. Never let that discourage you. Pay attention to warning signs in people's behavior. When someone consistently shows negativity, disrespect, or dishonesty, distance yourself quickly. It will save you years of stress, pain, and wasted time. Don't carry burdens that don't belong to you, and don't betray yourself just to please others. Always trust your instincts. They're often sharper than logic in moments of uncertainty. Never take your loved ones for granted. Set firm boundaries. Be mindful of who you allow into your inner circle, and protect your peace of mind. If you want to grow, don't just chase personal gain. Find someone worth serving, a mentor, or a cause greater than yourself. Service brings wisdom, connections, and trust. Remember, every master was once an apprentice. Invest wisely. Buy land or real estate if you can. At the same time, free yourself from excessive possessions, because the fewer things you own, the lighter and freer your life becomes. Happiness doesn't come from clutter, but from clarity. Life itself is full of ambiguity. Sometimes there's no perfectly right or wrong decision, and the answers you seek won't reveal themselves in time. In those moments, you have to take a chance, trust yourself, and move forward with courage, even if you're just winging it. Never leave someone just to punish them or prove a point. Walk away because you've already learned the lesson you were meant to learn. Life isn't over yet, but it's also much shorter than we imagine. If there's something you truly want to pursue, don't waste time endlessly postponing it. But also remember this: don't trade your long-term dreams for short-term desires that only satisfy you in the moment. When you feel stuck or overwhelmed, don't pressure yourself to figure everything out at once. Just take the next small, logical step forward. Progress is often built on a series of small, consistent actions rather than giant leaps. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, those whose values and work ethic you'd be proud to imitate. Avoid choosing friends solely because they accept you easily. Your circle shapes your character and your future. Choose your life partner carefully, and be even more thoughtful when deciding who you will raise children with. These decisions will influence every aspect of your life. Mistakes are inevitable, but they are also the most valuable teachers you'll ever have. Slow down, embrace them, and let them guide you instead of discouraging you. The older you get, the more difficult it becomes to change. So start organizing your life, your habits, and your mindset as early as possible. In the end, very few people truly care about you outside of your family, so don't live for the approval of strangers. Be smart with your finances. Save consistently. Avoid buying houses or cars that are beyond your means, and don't let credit card debt steal your peace of mind. True happiness rarely comes from flashy possessions, but from stability and freedom. Life often feels more extreme in our minds than it actually is. Most challenges aren't as terrible as they appear at first, and most victories aren't as perfect as we imagine. Nothing is more important than your health. Without physical and mental well-being, even wealth or success will feel empty. There is wisdom in building your timeline with intention. Consider marrying before 30, having children before 35, working diligently in your active years up to 40, creating streams of passive income by 50, and planning to step away from daily work by 60. Do everything you can for your family, but hold no rigid expectations in return, not even from a spouse. Acts of love are most powerful when they are not tied to conditions. If you love someone, tell them. Don't wait until it's too late and you're left with regret. Build the habit of saving a small portion of money every week or month, because nothing brings peace of mind quite like knowing you have a financial cushion to fall back on. And remember, if something is working fine, don't waste energy trying to fix it. When it comes to relationships, stay loyal or stay single. It really is that simple. Learn to expect nothing from others, and instead appreciate everything you already have. Gratitude for the smallest things in your life will bring you more inner peace than chasing after what you don't have. Do your best, stay consistent, and trust that the process will unfold in your favor. The harder you work, the luckier you will appear, because effort attracts opportunity. Don't take things personally. Most of the time, what people say or do is more about their own reality than it is about you. Forgive freely, understand deeply, but don't let that make you naive. Know your boundaries. If you want to say no, don't hide behind a maybe. And when someone reveals who they really are, believe them the first time. Your self-respect must always outweigh your emotions. Celebrate success, but don't let it inflate your ego. Accept failure, but don't let it crush your spirit. Discipline is the highest form of self-respect because it shows you value your own growth. If you're naturally a giver, learn your limits. Takers rarely have any. Don't waste energy explaining yourself endlessly. People will only hear what fits their own perspective. Accept constructive criticism, but never allow anyone to disrespect you in the process. Stay committed to your true desires. Waiting is hard, but living with regret is far harder. When anger takes over, train yourself to remain silent. Words spoken in fury often leave scars. In life, you always have three options. You can stand by and watch things happen. You can complain and wonder why things happen. Or you can take charge and make things happen. Choose wisely. Stay strong, even when everything around you feels like it's starting to fall apart. Strength doesn't mean you never struggle. It means you keep going anyway. Remember, people will judge you no matter what you do, so stop trying to meet everyone's expectations and simply live as the person you want to be. Not every argument needs a winner. Sometimes the wisest choice is to walk away and agree to disagree. Life is too short to waste on endless battles. Instead of regrets, collect lessons. Instead of constant worry, practice acceptance. Instead of demanding outcomes, cultivate gratitude. The calmer you are, the clearer your thoughts become. And the more genuine interest you show in others, the more they will find you engaging. If you want to be interesting, first be interested. Don't be afraid to stumble now and then, because if you never fall, it probably means you're not pushing yourself hard enough. Hatred is like poison. It harms the one holding it far more than the one it's directed toward. Release grudges quickly, as though you were dropping a burning coal from your hand. Most of the suffering we experience lives only in our imagination, not in reality. People change, hearts break, friends walk away, and plans sometimes collapse. But life continues regardless. Learn to say no firmly without feeling the need to explain yourself. Be kind and genuine, but don't waste your time trying to convince others of your goodness. Your actions speak louder than words. Stop announcing every move you're about to make. Keep your plans private and let results speak for themselves. Trust is built on honesty, but remember, your dreams belong to you alone. No one else will carry them forward. If you want something, you are the one who must put in the work to make it happen. Let go of what wounded you, but hold on to the lessons it left behind. True mastery is not about controlling others. It begins with self-mastery, with learning to rule your own emotions, habits, and reactions. Real strength isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. The greatest power you will ever hold is the ability to control your own mind, emotions, and actions. Even the kindest, most patient souls have limits, so never confuse gentleness with weakness. Remember, the direction you are heading in matters far more than the speed you're moving. Rushing means nothing if you're running the wrong way. If you don't take charge of your thoughts, they will eventually take charge of you. Guard your privacy carefully. What you keep to yourself often protects your peace more than what you share. Never make a permanent choice out of a temporary feeling. Anger, sadness, or fear can cloud your judgment and lead you somewhere you don't belong. To reach your highest potential, you must be able to endure life's lowest valleys. But no challenge lasts forever. Every obstacle eventually passes if you keep going. You gain nothing from life if you insist you're always right. Growth comes from listening, learning, and admitting when you're wrong. Patience is your secret weapon, because some of the most beautiful moments arrive when you least expect them. Every day serves a purpose. Good days bring happiness, hard days bring lessons, and the best days give you memories you'll treasure for a lifetime. Life is not a rehearsal, it's a one-time offer, and you must use it wisely. Be true to yourself. Not everyone will approve, and that's perfectly fine. Many people who try to give advice have no real direction themselves, so trust your own path above the noise. Pain always comes first, but in time, that pain transforms into strength. Don't be afraid to walk certain roads alone. Your goals are yours, not anyone else's. The family you choose and build can be far more meaningful than the one you were born into. Life is short, so live fully. Love is rare, so when it comes, hold it carefully. Anger is poison. Let it go before it destroys you. Fear is a cage. Face it until it disappears. Memories are gifts. Cherish them before time erases the details. Missing someone doesn't mean they belong back in your life. Sometimes, longing is simply part of healing and moving forward. And if you truly want perspective, attend funerals. Listen closely. People rarely talk about wealth, trophies, or achievements. What they remember most is kindness, love, and the way you made them feel. In the end, people won't just remember what you achieved. They will remember the kind of person you were while chasing those achievements. Success means little if it costs you your character. That's why it's important to keep at least one person in your life who is willing to be completely honest with you, even when the truth is uncomfortable. Generosity and kindness are powerful, but they must have boundaries. If you give endlessly without limits, people will begin to treat your goodness as something to exploit instead of something to value. Learn to balance compassion with discernment. The tighter you cling to things, expectations, or people, the heavier the burden becomes. Life rarely unfolds exactly the way you imagine, and forcing it only creates more stress. Instead, let go of the illusion of control and allow events to unfold naturally. Actions reveal far more than words. Watch carefully what people do, not just what they say, and you will discover who they truly are. When anger rises, step back. Rash words and impulsive actions in moments of rage cannot be undone, and often leave scars deeper than you intended. Guard your privacy as if it were treasure, because it is. The less people know, the safer your peace remains. Never drown yourself in regret. At any given moment, you did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had. Growth is about moving forward, not living in the shadow of the past. See people clearly, not as who you wish them to be, but as they show themselves to be. Don't rush to conclusions. Let time reveal their true colors. If someone treats you with contempt, don't ignore it. Contempt is a form of quiet violence, and it always escalates. Protect yourself by stepping away before it turns into something worse. Never lend money casually. What you think is a small favor to a friend may turn into a years-long struggle to recover from someone careless or ungrateful. And when you face problems, resist the urge to broadcast them right away. Solve what you can, hold your ground, and share your story later from a place of strength instead of weakness. Never hand your weaknesses over to the world. Some people won't support you. They'll simply enjoy watching you stumble. Protect your strength, and when you must be vulnerable, share it only with those who have earned your trust. Listen carefully to the voices that tell you what you don't want to hear. Criticism stings, but it often carries the truth you need in order to grow. Self-pity, on the other hand, is poison. It keeps you trapped and helpless. Avoid it at all costs. Even if your life feels like hell right now, don't forget, nothing lasts forever. Storms pass, wounds heal, and smiles return. Pain is always temporary, but the lessons it leaves behind can be permanent. Life has a cruel irony. In our younger years, we trade health for money, only to spend that same money later trying to buy back a single day of well-being. Don't wait until it's too late to value your body. It's the one thing you can't replace. Holding grudges doesn't hurt your enemies. It only burns you from the inside out. Forgiveness isn't always for them. It's for your peace of mind. Time, more than wealth, status, or talent, is what ultimately defines you. It's the strongest force in existence. No matter how hard you resist, it moves forward without pause. The only thing you can do is use it wisely. Change is the only guarantee in life. If you resist it, you'll break. If you embrace it, you'll grow stronger. Small courtesies like saying please and thank you seem simple, but they build bridges, soften hearts, and open doors. You can't change your past, but you can use its lessons to shape a better future. The heaviest weight you'll ever carry isn't failure, it's your own expectations. Free yourself from them, and life becomes lighter. Remember, it's better to walk alone than to surround yourself with harmful company. The wrong people drain you. The right ones find their way to you when you stop chasing what doesn't belong in your life. There are no shortcuts worth taking. Every destination that truly matters requires persistence, patience, and effort. You may not realize how strong you are until strength is your only option. When that day comes, you'll see what you're really capable of. Don't let your limitations overshadow your abilities. Focus on what you can do instead of obsessing over what you can't. The quickest path to confidence is action. Do the very thing that scares you, and courage will follow. Remember, a river cuts through solid rock not because it is powerful, but because it never stops moving. That same persistence is what will carve your path through life. There's no shortcut to real success. You won't find an elevator waiting to take you straight to the top. You have to climb step by step, and those steps build the discipline and resilience that last a lifetime. Ironically, the greatest danger in life isn't failing. It's refusing to take a risk at all. Playing it too safe often costs more than trying and stumbling. Happiness isn't something you delay until someday. It's something you design in the present moment, through small daily choices. Waiting for the future to save you only wastes the joy available to you right now. Life doesn't improve by accident. It improves through change, intentional, sometimes uncomfortable, but always necessary. Remember, the only real limits you have are the walls you've built around yourself. Tear them down and possibility opens up. Prevention will always be more powerful than correction. A little foresight today saves you from heavy regrets tomorrow. Focus on what lies within your control and release the burden of what you can't change. True joy is often found in life's simplest pleasures. The warmth of sunlight, a shared laugh, a quiet walk. Never underestimate the value of these small treasures. Give freely and expect nothing in return. Generosity, when pure, fills your own heart as much as it helps others. The only time you should ever look back is to admire how far you've come. Carry the lessons, not the baggage. A negative mind can never create a positive life. Your thoughts shape your reality, so protect them. Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever could. It stops you before you even begin. When life puts you under pressure, remember that diamonds are formed the same way. Strength is forged in struggle. If exhaustion finds you, learn to pause and recover, not to abandon the journey. Resting is not quitting, it's recharging for the road ahead. Your past may cast shadows, but they don't belong in the doorway of your future. Don't let old mistakes steal tomorrow's light. Joy postponed is joy denied. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed, so embrace the gift of today. Progress begins with a simple decision, refusing to remain stuck where you are. Change doesn't happen by chance. It happens when you choose movement over stagnation. Stop chasing what isn't meant for you. Focus on building your values, your character, and your growth. The right people will cross your path when the timing aligns. You won't need to chase them. They'll recognize your worth without you forcing it. And finally, hold your head high. Never look down in defeat. Face life with dignity, courage, and unwavering self-respect. Hold your head high and meet the world straight in the eye. Confidence doesn't come from arrogance, but from knowing who you are and refusing to shrink. A person's true character is revealed not in public moments, but in private ones. What you do when no one is looking is who you really are. You don't have to win every argument. In fact, maturity is knowing when to simply agree to disagree and keep your peace. Stop waiting for one day to start. Either today becomes day one, or you'll always be waiting. The choice is yours. Spend time with older people whenever you can. Their years hold lessons, mistakes, and insights that books will never teach. Keep your circle small, your life private, and your mind calm. Peace often comes from simplicity, not noise. Much of our heartbreak begins inside our own expectations. Let go of what you think should happen, and you'll suffer less. Mistakes aren't proof of failure. They're evidence that you're in the game, learning and evolving. Use things, not people. Love people, not things. Never confuse the two. Even the smallest lie can fracture the strongest trust. Protect your honesty. It's hard to rebuild once broken. Be kind and generous without keeping score. True generosity expects nothing in return. Learn to embrace solitude as a chance to reflect, recharge, and discover yourself. Time alone can be a gift, not a punishment. Not everyone you choose to trust will be trustworthy. Be open, but not blind. Expressing vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. It shows authenticity and creates deeper connections. Rejection is not a verdict on your worth. Learn to accept it with grace. It's part of life's filtering process. Pause, breathe. Remind yourself it's just a bad day, not a bad life. Seasons change, and so will your circumstances. Most of our struggles come from four habits: overthinking, overtrusting, oversharing, and overlove. Master these and you'll save yourself much pain. Disappointment and heartbreak are inevitable, but your response to them is what defines your strength. And above all, never let anyone convince you that you're undeserving of love, success, or happiness. Your worth is not up for debate. Some people and experiences are only meant to cross your path, not stay in your life forever. Accept them as lessons, not lifelong companions. Your direction in life matters far more than your speed. A slow step forward with clarity is more powerful than racing toward the wrong destination. Never fall in love with the same person twice. The second time, it isn't the person you're in love with. It's the memory of who they used to be, and memories can't build a future. Failure isn't your enemy. It's a teacher in disguise, showing you where to improve and guiding you toward the kind of wisdom that only comes from experience. Learn to celebrate small victories. Every little milestone is a brick that builds the foundation for bigger accomplishments later. The people who bring peace to your soul should be the ones you give the most time and energy to. Protect that space. Chaos doesn't deserve access to your life. Treat people exactly how they treat you. Authenticity saves everyone's time. You don't have to play games or fake kindness where it doesn't exist. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Knowledge, health, and self-growth always pay dividends that last a lifetime. Stop doubting yourself. It's the quickest way to paralyze your potential. Confidence is built by acting, not by waiting until you feel ready. You can learn more about a person by listening to how they speak about others than by what others say about them. Words reveal the heart more than people realize. Your heart gives you the vision of where to go, but your mind provides the map. Rely on both, and you'll always find your way. Ignore one, and you risk being lost. Life only comes around once. Don't waste it chasing someone else's version of happiness. Do what makes your own soul come alive. Big goals demand focus. You cannot achieve extraordinary things if you keep getting distracted by petty, insignificant matters. Pause and reflect. 5 years ago, you dreamed about being exactly where you are now. Appreciate the progress. You've already come farther than you once imagined. Not everyone is meant to be your friend, and that's more than okay. In fact, you don't need everyone in your corner. A few loyal allies are more valuable than 100 fake ones. You don't always need to be moving, working, or producing. Sometimes the most productive thing you can do is rest, breathe, and simply be. Give back in any way you can. Even small acts of kindness, whether it's sharing your time, your resources, or your smile, create ripples that can outlast you. Give away your leftovers, donate $1, or simply offer a kind gesture to someone who needs it. These small acts of generosity not only help others, but also fill your heart with a sense of fulfillment. Remember, everything in life unfolds for a reason, even if the meaning isn't clear right away. Do not let the fear of pain stop you from living fully. Growth is born from discomfort. Without challenges, you remain the same. Don't sacrifice your health for money. Eventually, all that wealth will be spent trying to repair the damage, and by then, you'll realize how priceless health truly is. Practice kindness, but set boundaries. Being compassionate does not mean allowing others to exploit your good nature. No effort you make is ever wasted. Even if results don't appear immediately, the energy you give always returns in some form. How others view you is irrelevant compared to how you see yourself. Self-perception is the foundation of confidence, peace, and success. If you want to live with abundance, discipline yourself to work with dedication. The crown is only earned through sweat and persistence. Trust the timing of your life. Everything you're meant to have will arrive exactly when you're prepared to receive it. You entered this vast world alone, and you will leave it alone. Within that truth lies a powerful reminder. You are capable of creating the impossible on your own. If you punish honesty, don't be surprised when people respond with lies. The energy you give shapes the way others treat you. One day when you look back, your deepest regrets won't come from the mistakes you made, but from the chances you never dared to take. True happiness rarely comes from possessions. It comes from experiences, memories, and connections that no amount of money can replace. Guard your emotions. When you're truly happy, protect that joy in silence. When you're deeply sad, don't broadcast your pain to everyone. Some things are meant to be nurtured privately. Stop comparing yourself with those who started their journey years before you. They are not your competition. You are your only competitor. Focus on building your own path, step by step. You cannot go back and rewrite your beginning, but you can start today and shape the ending you desire. The pen is in your hands, use it wisely. Money, if lost, can always be earned back, but a missed moment, once it slips away, is gone forever. That is why it's so important to live fully awake, with your eyes open to opportunities, your ears tuned to wisdom, and your heart open to both giving and receiving. Strength is not about complexity. The strongest people often live the simplest lives. Simplicity allows them to focus on what truly matters instead of being trapped by unnecessary noise. In the first 20 years of life, we spend too much energy worrying about how others see us. In the next 20 years, we loudly claim we don't care what anyone thinks. Then, with time and maturity, we finally realize most people weren't thinking about us at all. Protect your weaknesses. Don't hand people the weapons they can use against you. Instead, highlight your strengths, no matter how small. Light shines brighter when it's focused. Don't flaunt your happiness in front of your friends in ways that might spark jealousy. And don't broadcast your struggles to your enemies. They may secretly rejoice. Protect both your joy and your sorrow with dignity. Life moves quickly. One day you're 30, and before you know it, 50 is knocking on your door. That's why you must start shaping your future now. Decide what kind of life you want to live decades from today, and begin taking steps toward it. Most importantly, remember this: your presence in this world is not random. Out of billions of possibilities, you were chosen to exist. Even if you don't yet understand your purpose, be patient. Life reveals its meaning at the right time. In the meantime, practice gratitude. Cherish the little things others overlook. A breath of fresh air, a kind word, a warm meal, a smile. These small gifts often hold the greatest treasures.